Insider Daniel Richtman recently dropped an intriguing bombshell for all MCU fans. The fifth Thor movie is gearing up for production, with filming set to start next fall. Reports also indicate that this will be Thor's final solo outing, but Chris Hemsworth isn't going anywhere. He'll still pop up in future crossovers, so essentially Thor will take a backseat as a character. As for the production of Thor 5, Marvel Studios is already on the hunt for a writer and director. A potential candidate has emerged. George Miller, the director of the recently released Furiosa, has expressed interest in helming the next Thor. Miller mentioned that he enjoyed working with Chris Hemsworth and would love to collaborate again. Honestly, why not? Let's be real. Taika Waititi only really nailed it with Ragnarok, judging by the box office and fan reviews. Personally, it didn't do much for me. A little less humor and a more serious tone, and maybe I'd have liked it, but Love and Thunder was a flop on all fronts. Thor 5 desperately needs a fresh vision. A new director has to fix the mistakes and offer audiences something new. Many fans hope the new Thor movie can bring the franchise back to its roots. One of Marvel Studios' key tasks is finding a writer and director who can inject new life into the project. The film's success hinges on this choice. It needs to attract new viewers while keeping old fans engaged. Importantly, this movie is set to be Chris Hemsworth's last solo outing as Thor, so Marvel needs to get it right. Personally, I think George Miller is a solid choice. Nevertheless, it's all in Marvel's hands, but when it comes to the plot of Thor 5, there are way more leaks and interesting tidbits. Let's start from the beginning. It's reported that the fifth film is set to release in 2027. According to insiders, this movie promises to be more grounded than its predecessors and darker than Love and Thunder. It seems Thor 5 will indeed be Chris Hemsworth's final bow in MCU. While this might disappoint fans, it also opens new doors for the character's development. We might get something unique akin to Logan. There are strong indications that the film will have a darker atmosphere, suggesting Thor will face more complex challenges than ever before. We might see him confronting the darkest aspects of his own personality or events that once again turn his life upside down. There are plenty of comic storylines rich with these elements that are perfect for adaptation. Ideally, the plot would draw from the King Thor storyline. In this arc, we see an older, more seasoned Thor as the All-Father, facing the end of the universe. The plot could revolve around Thor's struggle to protect what's left of existence while dealing with the immense responsibilities of being king. He battles against his granddaughters, the goddesses of thunder, who are determined to revive their dying universe, and a resurrected Loki, who has become more powerful and sinister than ever. This arc also explores themes of legacy, redemption, and the cyclical nature of life and death. The film could delve into Thor's reflections on his past, the sacrifices he's made, and the toll of eternal war. The dark apocalyptic tone of the King Thor arc, combined with its deep emotional resonance and epic battles, would make for a compelling and somber chapter in MCU. The plot of Thor 5 should feature Hercules, played by Brett Goldstein, as the main antagonist of the first movie arc. After Thor and his team attack Olympus and severely wound Zeus, the king of the gods becomes disillusioned with humanity and their weak faith in the gods. With Thor's arrival on Earth, people began to see gods merely as superheroes. Zeus decides to eliminate Thor to restore the gods' image as powerful beings. He sends his son Hercules to take down Thor. Armed and determined, Hercules promises to fulfill his father's command and sets out to find the god of thunder. During Thor 5, Hercules and Thor will eventually have to join forces against a common enemy. There's also talk that Hercules will be an openly LGBT character. However, don't expect the fifth Thor to be overly dark, as Marvel previously attempted an epic fantasy tone with the Dark World and it didn't quite work out. Yeah, Thor 5 will be different, but it's important to recognize that tonal shifts in a film series are normal. This is especially true for Thor, as Ragnarok was a sharp departure from the previous installments. Now it's time for a new director to bring fresh energy to the movie.